Hi everybody, welcome back to 30 Days Until Done. I'm John Branningham. We're doing our month of January, which is a month of poetry of presence and being mindful. And I'm filming this here. I'm standing on the bed of Lake Pillsbury with my dog. And this right behind me are the private docks where you launch your boats. And you can see all of this, you're going to see it in a minute. You're going to see some low clouds and some mountains. That's where Lake Pillsbury goes to, the other side of the lake over there, all the way over there. And I don't know if you can see that just a tiny bit of water left right sort of in the middle of it. That's because of our drought. And even though we had a really good year last year, we need more than just 1 year. Okay, so this, and if you look all the way up there to where those yellow things are, that's where the lake often is, right? That's where you enter the lake with your boat. This is the boat launch right here. So you can see how we're probably 10 feet underwater, or what should be 10 feet underwater. Now, this is something that can really get you starting to feel despair. This level of drought, this level of environmental impact that we've had. But that's not very useful. That's not a very mindful thing. So what we're going to work on today is taking a look at those changes, those things that are new in our lives, and writing about a poem about that, but not in a negative way, just an observational way. This is just how it is, right? That's that sort of thing. So what can that be? Well, I look at, I grew up in the Inland Empire, on the edge of the Inland Empire, and it used to be that I was kind of at the far edge. You know, when we were in Claremont, West Covina, that was kind of the far edge. There were some towns out there, but there weren't many people. Now it's chock-a-block with houses, right? And I think I would write about that, and I have been actually writing about that. Just a poem about what it was like when I was a kid and how it's different now, and without any sort of value judgment. We're just being aware of it. That's what mindfulness is, right? To avoid the despair and that hopelessness. Or I think probably I'd write about Pillsbury Lake and what it's like to walk along the bottom of the lake. And I think really what's interesting to me, most interesting to me close up, is right here we have an artifact of a few years ago, right? We've got this chain. This chain is holding the dock, making sure the dock doesn't go too far out into the water. Obviously, not necessary at this moment, but that's what it's there for. It's interesting to write about that artifact and think about what was here before and how what the new reality is. Or I might write about that over there, and you can see the lake bottom there. And this is a way of I don't know, avoiding despair, this kind of writing, because despair is not useful, and it's also not realistic. Despair is just, listening to an interview yesterday, it was a really good point the person was making. Despair is just a way of us being lazy, right? So if you're truly despairing, there's nothing you can do, and so you might as well chuck it all up. But that's not true. There's hope, and hope is a way of not being lazy, of doing those things that we want to do. So we're going to write about this. I'm going to write about what the soil is like. I'm going to write about how much wisdom this has gathered over the thousands of years this lake has been here. I don't know. Maybe I'll write about those clouds. Right. When you're done, put it down below, and I'll see you tomorrow in 30 Days Until Done.